Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's AMA session with Team Texcash. So excited to host this AMA session this evening, and it's going to be a very interesting and interactive section for us. So I'll be bringing to the live session the CEO of Texcash, the person of Mr. Alex. Okay, let me get him. Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone. I'd like to welcome Agbo Simeon. I think he's been the first person to join this session. I'd like to welcome Alex Iwara. I also like to welcome Ofem Osim, Christian Abam, Havis Durojaye. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name very well. And I'd like to welcome Denzel Nwachuku Chris. Okay, I'd like to welcome you guys for this AMA session with Team Texcash. It's an opportunity to learn more about the Texcash ecosystem and also get your questions answered as regarding this ecosystem. Okay. Um, let me get the let me get him on board. Okay. 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 I'd like to welcome Doga Dominic. Also Donatus. Welcome guys to this AMA session. I'm so excited to have you all in this session. And if you can hear me, please respond on the comment section so that I know I'm not talking to myself. If you all can hear me very well, respond on the chat session so I can know I'm not talking to myself. Okay. I'd like to welcome Benedict Bison. Okay, that's good. I'd like to also welcome Mr. Chike Okonkwo. Okay, I think he just okay. I'd like to welcome Femi Okunu La Adoga Dominic. Okay. And also Smart Investors Lodge. You're welcome, sir. So he will be joining us shortly. All right, live link so we can hear you. Welcome, Mr. Lively. Okay. All right. I have Mr. Alex. Okay, Mr. Alex, can you hear me?
Absolutely, I can hear you, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Oh,
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr.
okay.
John Okoy. I'm happy to be here.
Same here. I'm so glad to have you on this session.
Thank you.
All right. So without much ado, we would like to go straight to why we are here today. Okay.
All right.
So hope you're set.
Very set. I'm very prepared. I'm much excited and nervous at the same time. So I'm trying to balance my emotions
Okay.
because I've seen some wonderful people here, and it's
Okay.
gonna be an awesome moment. So I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Okay, sir. So we are set. Seems very excited.
Very excited, sir.
All right.
We're anticipating the moon. So we're expecting excitement. When you're anticipating the moon, you must definitely always come with excitement. The emotional
Definitely.
response is always excitement.
Okay. So we'll do it this way. I'll throw a few questions to you. Then I will now give the
All right.
audience opportunity to ask their own questions too. Okay. So guys,
All
stay
right.
tuned as we proceed on this session. So,
All
Mr.
right.
Alex, you tell us a brief about your project Texcash.
Okay.
It's up to you. You tell us about your project Texcash.
All right. Okay. I'm to begin already. All
Yeah.
right. So once again, briefly, I'm Alex Amatubi, and I'm the co-founder of the Texcash, serving as the chief executive officer of this project. And so far, we've been doing some marvelous work. I want to thank everyone for being here, uh, co-members, thank our investors and everyone who is present here. I want to thank you so much, and you're welcome. We believe at the end of this session, we'll be able to gain a lot of insight on what we are anticipating or what our ambition looks like. Yeah, so I also want to thank my team for the good works they've done so far. So, Texcash, there's so many things you want to, there are many things that come across your mind, or there are many things you want to know when you're talking about Texcash. But I'll start from where the whole idea emanated from. So it all began from my desire to solve the experiences or solve the problems as a result of my experiences prior to now. So, by God's grace, I am about 7 years trading, about 5 years to 6 years trading the forex market, the crypto market, the financial market in general. And so, yeah, due to our exposure in the financial market, we got to see the good, the bad, the hitches, the cons and pros. And interestingly, I got into experiences that I would define hideous, or experiences that would not be nobody would want to go through, or nobody would want to experience. And come to think of it, since we are problem solvers, I began to research on methods to solve those problems. Now, these problems include losses and scams, fraudulent activities, losses, and and other impending hideous experiences that people face on the market in general, the financial market. So that is where the whole idea emanated from. So gradually it began to take other faces, and voila, we have a coin today. And so as a result of that, we define Texcash as a decentralized token that is pegged to a set of products, or a set of businesses and ideas that tend to solve problems, real life problems, both on the digital sector and the offline sector. Okay, so what we Texcash is an acronym for Trade Exchange Cash. Okay, now the Texcash wasn't the idea in its first place, but we were looking for a way, gradually, progressively, when the whole idea got broader, got more vast. We're looking for a way to engage the public, owing to the reason that Nigeria is awarded the second largest cryptocurrency market, in the world. You can imagine that, So we saw that engaging the public would be fascinating and also profitable to the general class. And so we look towards pegging our solutions and problems, which I'll be discussing in these sessions, which you will on the digital sector, on the cryptocurrency world, is known as use cases, So,
Okay.
yeah, it's known as use cases. So we thought of it, let's involve the public. And since the public, if Nigeria will be the second largest crypto market, definitely majority of Nigerians will be involved, or majority of our public, or majority of our market will be involved in cryptocurrency. And so the only way we thought we could engage the public and make sure the public earns from these our idea, or from these our solutions, is by pegging it to our own decentralized token. And so that was how Texcash was birthed.
Wow, that's quite interesting.
Thank you.
So, okay, so you made mention about use cases, which is very very crucial in cryptocurrency. Okay, so what are the use cases and solution the Texcash as an ecosystem is building around this project?
All right, so before I talk about the use cases, I will talk about the problems that we intended to solve. In every successful project, like we all know that for a currency like Texcash to be successful, which will actually be successful, there are two determinations, which is one, the usage, the utility base. All right, yeah, and the utility base, majorly the utility base, both the user base and then the product attached to the coin. And now that will lead you to wanting to understand the product itself. And so if you try to understand the product itself, you'll figure out that every successful product solves a particular problem. Now, there's a particular problem it's solving in its choice of industry. Okay, so that's what we're looking out for. We try to pick out those problems. And I listed, as I earlier mentioned, one of the major problems are investment capital losses and failures that owing to the amount of fraudulent activities. And that's the first problem that we intend to solve. I'll talk about that before I begin to mention this product specifically, and each of these products, these use cases, each of the problems these use cases do solve. All right, so excuse me. So about the first problem which I mentioned is investment capital losses and failure. According to researches being made, over 20 billion US dollars is lost to both scams and failure, both especially scams, just on the financial market. Just on the financial market alone, we have over $20 billion in. We're not even talking about the email scams or other scams that other industries are facing. We're just focusing on the financial market, and only the financial market, over $20 billion is going into losses. I think if those if that amount of money is channeled to solving problems, or if it's channeled to as a revenue, that is a huge revenue. That's a huge turnover. If that is channeled into a company's revenue, that's a very huge turnover. So for it to be given to scams and losses, I think we saw reasons to consider it as a point of focus or a focal point. And also considering Africa, Nigeria, being the second largest market. That means most of the losses will come from the first largest market and the second largest market. I think we are the second largest market after the United States. So if Nigeria happens to be the second largest market, at least 30% of those losses and failure will come from Nigeria alone. You know, a large portion will come from Nigeria, definitely. And then looking at the Nigerian space, you find out that the government, the public entities, are not able to produce or to provide tools that can alleviate, proper tools that can alleviate each of these problems that we've been able to identify. And Nigeria being the second largest market, it's a thing of concern. Now, no wonder the Nigerian market would leave its own territory, or no wonder Nigeria would not service or would not serve in its own territory, or no wonder the market would not serve in its own territory. It uses tools outside its own reach, outside its own territory. What does that mean? What does that mean? Now, let's use, for example, a British airway, a British airport, or just imagine traveling to the United States with a British airport, or with a British Airways, sorry. You know, that doesn't add up. It doesn't add up at all. So that's the same thing. This is in parity to what's happening in the Nigerian space. Nigeria has a large market, but there are not enough tools to help manage this large market. And looking at the data of 2021, the market gets broader, bigger, and larger. We're having more people, and the more people that come into the market, they keep using the Ethereums, Ethereums and all other cryptocurrencies that come from the international class, international space. Why? Because they've been able to provide the kind of tools we need, the proper kind of tools we need for our practices, you know. So that's one of the problems that we have identified, that we can also from Nigeria here provide tools that are used on the international level, okay? On the blockchain, seeing that the blockchain is ever increasing in the Nigerian space, so that at the end, it would serve as an economical push or economical a thriving tool for our country, Nigeria, generally. So with no further, with that being said, we have products like the Texar, the Tex Bank, we have the Agro Chain, and now we intend to have what we call the multilateral consensus. Now, the multilateral consensus is where we try to peg token, or we try to tokenize each industry in Nigeria that really needs help. Okay, we try to peg our offline industries to the online industry. Now, someone asked me, why would you have to do that? Why do you want to do that? Now, my response to that would be, if Nigeria would be the second largest market in blockchain, and it is not the second largest in agriculture, it is not the second largest in banking, it is not the second largest in other industries. And now each of these other industries, they are suffering loss as a result of we neglecting and abandon these industries. Why they don't give us the sufficient cash flow that the common Nigeria needs. Looking at the state of suffering and lack, poverty rate in Nigeria, people are drifting their attention from what will give an economical balance to our country and further send our country to the moon. So people push up their attention to the blockchain technology. So instead of letting the people, or instead of forcing the people back to this industry, why don't you come up with a multilateral consensus where their field of interest is pegged to the field of economical balance? You understand? So this is where we saw concern that we can produce an atmosphere, we can produce an environment where we can peg blockchain to this economical balance, thereby setting a balance between the two scale. I don't know if you understand, you know. So That's how our protocol works. Our protocol is to set up a product that solves a problem within the African space emanating from Nigeria to the world. And at the same time, letting people keep enjoying their blockchain interest, or without neglecting or pushing out people's interest from the blockchain. So people are still going about doing their crypto business. At the same time, there is a substantial effect or impact of their interest on the offline sector. Okay, so this is where I'll talk about I think this is well practiced in agro chain, the farm agro chain, where is a tokenized agriculture. So we peg a full agricultural industry. I'm sorry, due to public constraints. There are some blueprints I will not want to spit out, so I'll keep some things out of the public until at the appropriate time. So you would forgive me for that. But I'll give basics so that you'll be able, my viewers or our viewers will be able to understand what we're trying to achieve here. So it gets connected to, like I was saying, it gets connected to agriculture. And so we connect the both of them together. We form a consensus here. We form a mainstream that constitutes of the agricultural space and the online blockchain space. So you go about trading your cryptocurrency Texcash, all right? So you don't have to put so much more interest, or the nation would not have to bother much about pulling people to agriculture or telling people to go to the farm, all right? But now the impact of their interest on the blockchain mainstream will one way indirectly have a substantial and magnified effect on the agricultural space. And so therefore we have used a stone to get two birds. So the two birds are having a good solving a problem at the, or giving people more services on the online space, and at the same time solving the Nigerian problem, and thereafter it should have an effect. I discussed this idea with a political class a few months back, and he showed so much interest, and in fact it's part of the Texcash confederation. And so it's an amazing project. If there is a broader explanation on all of that, go through our white paper. The updated white paper is going to be sent, though it's not imputed in the previous white paper. On the updated white paper, we'll see all of that. All right, that's rightly applied on the agro chain. Now we have the Text Bank. Now what the Text Bank here? Text Bank is an acronym for Trade Exchange Bank. So we want to effect the new banking space. And at the same time, we want to create a bridge without neglecting the functions of new banking, create a bridge that gives access to the blockchain technology. Also, we want to, within the Nigerian space, we want to create a banking system on the online space that supports more asset functions, like the NFTs, like the collectibles, and all other functions. So you can, on your mobile app, you can store more assets apart from the fiat and cryptocurrencies, okay? And we're looking at the future. There's going to be more introductions. There's going to be more introductions of more digital assets, more forms of digital asset functions. And we are set and ready. Our team, we are set and ready to make things happen. Create a system where you can store your assets on a mobile banking app. And this, your storing of assets, will not make the CBN jealous. You know, the CBN, I told someone that the CBN is just jealous because most people are pulling their interest out of them and they want to get the crypto. And instead of align the system this way and complaining and looking for the nearest flight to fly to, it doesn't take anything to fly out of the country to another country, okay? But instead of complaining and blah, 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 and groaning, let us solve that problem. And this is where Texcash plays that role. The CBN still sees an impact of our effort, and at the same time, it doesn't stop you guys from fulfilling the criteria of a blockchain participation. Now, we also have Texar. Texar is dear to my heart. I love this project so much. I love the Texar project. I love every other project, definitely, but I really portion, or I really have more portion of my love for Texar, because Texar is a niche. Now, if I begin to explain the complete features of Texcash, we're not gonna leave this place today. Okay, so I'll just mention the major points, the major things you should know when talking about Texar. Texar is an acronym for Top Exchangers. Now, what does Top Exchangers do? Top Exchangers want to serve a tool that facilitates finances, cryptocurrencies, trading, um, financial industry, financial services, financial market, in the second largest crypto market in the world. Come on, so that we will stop depending on outside tools to facilitate within the African space. Now, it goes beyond facilitating. Our blueprint and the techniques at which we use to facilitate this culture is quite unique and is a niche. We're introducing a kind of a social networking that looks like your Facebook. If I could share my screen, I don't think I could share my screen at the moment, but during our progressive sessions, I will bring a prototype of each of these products so that we have a look. But now, Texar will look like. Let me try to engage your imagination so that we know what we're trying to achieve here on Texar. So now, Texar top exchangers. Just imagine Facebook, and now Facebook is merged with Binance. And now Binance is also merged with Telegram. And also Telegram is merged with Zoom. You have all of these apps together on one mobile app to make the user experiences easy, and at the same time help facilitate activities within the financial industries. Now, we found out that as a result of the incompatibility of the Telegram features to the financial market, there's a lot of scams going on there. Telegram wasn't programmed for finances, and so therefore it would not be able to function properly when it has to do with crypto activities. There's going to be deficiency in financial market related user experience. Okay, so we want to bring up something that is well quoted. Since Nigeria is the second largest market, and we can use that as a base point to launch out there to the world. We can use that as a base point to make Nigeria great again. There is a lot of revenue that Nigeria is generating for the international class. So much revenue. I discovered that on Ethereum, there are over 1.5 million transactions daily on Ethereum. Over 1.5 million transactions daily. Now, if you're charged $1 for each of these transactions, that means they'll be generating $1.5 million daily. And now Nigeria being the second largest market, at least 40% comes from Nigeria. So you see, we are selling out our ideas, we are selling out our effort to the international, and they keep paying their tax out there, keep paying the revenue, paying their dues to the international class, and they keep developing the United States, they keep developing other countries, and then Nigeria keeps declining. So it is time that we arise, some protagonists. We thank God there are other co-protagonists and advocates who are taking the proper step to get this done. But we want to change the state of the art. We are taking it on a level where we will supply these tools ourselves and make the revenue for ourselves and get the riches, the wealth, the greatness for ourselves. And so that is where Texar plays a major role. So Texar would be a social media. So with that social media, and the same social media, you can easily, with a swipe of a finger, exchange one crypto for another crypto. Okay, you can host your own ICO plan on just imagine a social group. Imagine your Telegram hosting an ICO. So you don't have to tell people, go to Discord, or tell people, go to join your Telegram. You just host it on your group. And we began to work on that profusely. Okay, so you just host your ICO, or you host your pre-sales or whatever with just a click of a button, and it distributes to all the members in your group with our well-planned AI, artificial intelligence quotient. Okay, so that's what Texar is. Texar will also serve as an NFT assets and crypto marketplace where you can exchange fiat for fiat. Now on Texar also, we want to introduce the artificial intelligence escrow. It's called the AI escrow. You know, the usual escrow, we have the P2P usual escrow we have out there is a human to human. Now we want to introduce an artificial intelligence into the escrow space, the peer-to-peer space, and uh, 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 help solve the problems of intentional scams and fraudulent activities. So this is few out of the many functions that will be effective on Texar. Now we also have golden seconds. Amazing, amazing. Golden second focuses on the gaming industry. Now the gaming industry raises about 3.6 billion to $7 billion yearly. All right, 3.6 billion to $7 billion yearly. So we want to tie the blockchain technology to the gaming industry, where every gaming activities would be on the blockchain, and that's where golden seconds serve. Now, do you know the amazing part with golden second? You can buy an item. Let's assume a car race came in. Okay, I don't know, Mr. John, am I still with you, sir?
Yeah, you are, but your video isn't showing. So I don't know if it's from your end or.
Okay, I think it's a bit from my end. I'll fix that.
Yeah.
All right, let me just land this point. When I land this point, I'm going to fix that. Is that fine?
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So now the amazing thing with golden second is, now let's use car race for example. You know, people play car race out there like the asphalt. They entertain themselves. Entertainment is really really essential to. I'm a forex trader. Whenever I open a trade and then it begins to dip, you know, it begins to act its natural phenomenon by deepening. What I'll do is I begin to look for some entertainment, you know, to make me pull out my mind, my attention from the from from the investment or from the trade, you know. So this is where gaming comes in. But now, where this is quite unique is let's take for example a car race. Let's say car race for example. Okay, and then just imagine where you own a car and the car is on the blockchain. It's a gaming car and could be used within the game. Let me try to engage your imaginations. Let's take for asphalt, for example. Those are amazing gaming cars. Now, let's assume you own one of the cars there, okay? And now this car, you bought it for, let's say, for about $10 on the blockchain. And then since you are amongst the first set of persons to buy the car would have limited supply on the blockchain, okay? It's an NFT car. It will have limited supply on the blockchain. Now you bought this car for $10. So let's assume you're amongst the first 100 persons and it's only 100 supply. And there are over 10,000 players on that game. Now, since the car has only 100 supply and 10,000 members need that car, you as the owner of the car, you can rent out this car, let's say for $1 per day to other players on the blockchain. Now, the other players will have interest in renting the car because they could use that same car to compete, you know, to do race competition, to win actual cash, to win actual crypto. The cash will be in crypto. So that will make them want to rent the car, you know. You need a car to compete, okay? So we want to create a system where people are earning money, entertaining themselves, okay? You have the car, you rent out your car to some other persons. You don't know who is renting your car. It's just online there. It's done automatically. You just come in there and you see the amount of money your rentage has generated for you. Okay, so you rent it out to the public, and then the public they play, and then whoever wins the race gets the pay, and the company does everything purely on the blockchain, fully decentralized, not controlled by any company, not controlled by, only managed. Definitely, we'll manage the process to be sure that there are no issues, and we'll keep running updates in case of issues or impending problems going forward. But now, apart from that, every other capital or financial related practices or progresses would or processes would be purely decentralized. So this is what golden seconds do. It makes every second of your gaming career or gaming lifestyle golden. You will get the full entertainment you want, and at the same time you get paid entertaining yourself, you know. So that is exactly what we want to do on Golden Second. So with dropping that point, I would like to get my video back on so that I can be visual.
Okay.
All right, so I guess I can be seen now. Hi.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay, amazing. So that's where it ends on Golden Seconds. We have the best developers right now working on each of these use cases. Okay. Now we go over to Gemelit. Now Gemelit is an e-commerce. Now what we're trying to solve, the problem we're trying to solve on the e-commerce is we've seen that most people are interested in social trading, social exchanging, social we are more intrigued by the social life, you know. So we want to help make things easy by providing tools that pegs the e-commerce industry to the blockchain and at the same time to people's social life. Okay. Now you can have a way of selling your product on your WhatsApp and at the same time it's connected to your website and at the same time it's connected to the blockchain. Okay, so there are other several problems we've noted on the e-commerce industry that we would be putting all effort to solve. And that's where Gemelit plays in. So those are the major. We have others like the Falcon. Falcon is not directly, Falcon is like a partnership. It's not directly our product. But Falcon, I can give a little bit explanation of Falcon. Falcon is a drone delivery service. So we're about to partner with a company that want to commence a drone delivery service within Nigeria. Now, if you look at Lagos, especially Lagos and Port Harcourt, the traffic is increasing daily. You know, there's an increase of traffic daily. So we want to employ a method where you can order your product and then it is delivered to you through aerially. It will be delivered to you aerially, you know. So that's exactly what Falcon is about to do. And now this is now connected to the Texcash. Each of these use cases, they all have their management system, management culture, and they are supervised by the best professionals, the best team members. Okay, this is like the real estate, other industries that we intend partnering with, like the real estate, tokenizing real estate, tokenizing renewable energy, tokenizing, that's the solar panel, tokenizing other forms of industries. Putting all together, we have a confederation. Putting all these use cases, all these products and all these businesses together, we have a confederation. And that confederation is called Texcash. So in plain point, that is what Texcash, those are the use cases of Texcash.
Wow, that was quite interesting to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so moving forward from here, this project, so what makes it unique and why should investors be willing to add this to their portfolio? Because of course investors should be looking out for what profit they get in the long run from this project. So what makes it very unique, and why should investors look forward to adding it to their portfolio?
Oh boy, oh boy. With all what I've mentioned, you should know that they are amazing. One, let me try to be formal as possible because I'm quite excited. Let me try to comport myself and be formal as possible. Now, it's a niche. It doesn't exist out there. In fact, we are processing intellectual property as we speak. Though the Nigerian space doesn't, we are sorry, a patenting. Though the Nigerian space doesn't have a strong patenting and policy, so but we are pushing towards the United States patenting policy, because the United States patenting policy is effective to the international level. So we are putting up a patenting that would make sure that there is no form of competition in our concept or our yes, that's what we are patenting. We are patenting the concept. We are patenting the user experience. We are patenting the methodology, and that's what we are patenting. So it's going to be patented so that we will not have more competitions out there. Now, investors will have to be interested in it, because when you're having a niche that is solving a problem, you pull attention of the crowd. And then if you're having the crowd transacting within your ecosystem, you should expect profits being generated. Okay? I don't want to speak out plainly on figures, because apart from the AMA, we also have a special presentation for investors. So investors would have to chat one of our administrator, and then would have an investor pitch. That's where we'll be more detailed on the investment, more detailed on the investment opportunity. But I think at this point, what I've mentioned has shown the investment opportunity. We are talking about the second largest market here, which is Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria being the second largest market. You need to check out people's. I don't know if you. I'm sure most of the people watching me here, they know Trust Wallet. If you go into people's Trust Wallet, if you're able to go into Nigerian's Trust Wallet or Meta Wallet, you would know that truly Nigeria is the second largest market. You see people holding as much as 300 billion naira in their wallets. I think I've seen a friend of mine holding over 700 something million naira, and he has refused to cash out till date. So definitely that was an evidence that proved to me that Nigeria is the second largest market. So Nigeria being so, it's a great opportunity. Why Nigeria would bring lots of, or why transactions would bring lots of revenue to our use cases, is because if we produce and then we are able to, through our marketing, influencers, and all of our methods and strategies, if we're able to show to not just Nigerians, the African space, what is up for them, they will see reasons, and then we give them with the international standard class. And which people have seen so far that we condone international standard. We give them that international standard. I think all the functions, other tools that are provided by foreign firms, they would have to abandon that. I use the word abandon that for ours, and so that would be a point of capital revenue. Excuse me. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, so that would be, now we also have.
Sorry, listen, guys. You could drop your questions on the comment section. So I would attend to the questions and he will respond to them. Okay, then proceed.
Okay, so we have a well-planned, properly managed and planned. I don't know, is my video still showing? Am I still showing on the video? All right, so we have a proper financial template, financial projection and forecast, which would be given to whoever needs it. Yes, whoever investor would need it, we give to them. Now, each of these projection projects our proper investment plan. We also have some social proofs. You could see that we made a magnificent result in just less than 2 weeks. We have over close to 10,000 email registration on our website. So that shows the bull run. It shows an evidence that the market is on a bull run. Okay. We've also been able to secure some partnership on the Nigerian federal level, which will soon be prominent. It will soon be seen publicly. Yeah. So we've been able to secure some partnership with some entities, some both private and publicly, there. So it shows the supportive base that we have, and it shows that we mean business and we are ready to take Nigeria to the moon. So if we all move together to the moon, that's where our home is going to be. Texcash to the moon.
Okay, great. So I think someone just asked a question. What use cases are here? A lot of that. How does that affect the market? This session isn't a okay. I think he explained all that about the use cases built around this ecosystem. So maybe you will avail yourself to watch this video again. Okay, and that's to Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel. So moving forward from there, okay, in terms of cryptocurrency adoption, especially in Nigeria here and in Africa at large, I would like to know how this project intends to undertake this adoption, this widespread of cryptocurrency adoption. Okay.
Okay, so like I earlier said before, our major intention, our major procedure, our major methodology is connecting the blockchain, the second largest market in the world, is connecting it to problems that need solutions. Okay, so it is quite adaptable because one, we have the proper skill set. We have the proper skill set. We have the proper competence. We have, and it is not just a one-man project. It's a team project, and collectively, over 100 years of experience. If we bring all the team together and their experiences, over 100 years of experiences, both in the entrepreneurial sector and also in the blockchain technology industry. All right, so that brings the capability of procuring or bringing to reality what we have just proposed to the public. So the adaptation culture is well set, and we are ready to grab the bull by the horn. I think your microphone is mute, right, sir?
Okay, looking at all what you said about the ecosystem, the products built around, and the use case, it's a great idea, and it is something about ideas and implementation. So, how do you intend to implement this ideas, this project? What strategies do you intend to use to make sure these ideas are implemented? Okay.
All right. So first of all, I think if I want to categorize this project, it's a bit more advanced than an idea. It's no longer an idea because we have our plain blueprint, our methods, and how to go about it. And not just that, we have begun work on putting them to reality. So it's no longer in the page of an idea. It's now in the page of implementation. Now we've set up a set of team, a set of co-believers, and we are still in search of more intelligent people out there that can get this that can help advance our state of art. I was speaking to one a large scale investor. I think I made a statement, and I told him our company, and I quote, our company would expose to you the kind of intelligent folks in Nigeria. Our company will expose to you. I think we have been hidden, we have been under the cover for too long. We have been under the cover for too long, and the time has come that we emerge. Now, it's simply putting out all of those ideas and making them into reality, and which we have begun by programming. The blockchain technology, blockchain developer has begun his work. The designers, they've all begun their work, and soon you'll begin to see the better versions out there. We also intend to partner. We also have commenced, or we have secured, not commenced, we have secured a public-private partnership, because our final expectation is to expose to the government, the Nigerian government, what they are really missing out of. And we have to serve as a proof of concept so that the Nigerians will pick interest in the blockchain industry. And then the whole Nigeria as a whole would freely do business, and at the same time would not just be a proof of concept, would also serve as an intermediary between the government and the blockchain. So the partnership comes in there, and other partnership that will come in there. And now it is also public out there to, is also out there to the public. Interested public declare their interest and to understand the concept and the project methodology. We can come in agreement to advance the state of the art.
Okay, I think we have a question here. So is Texcash a market-based cryptocurrency or user-based cryptocurrency?
I didn't get that, please.
Is Texcash a market-based cryptocurrency or user-based cryptocurrency? I'm not quite sure.
Okay, like I explained earlier, Texcash is a utility token that serves as a reference currency to high-level solutions, high-level feasible products and niches. All right, so that's what Texcash is all about. So I would rather call Texcash a utility token, and it's both open to the market, and it is also used within, it can serve as a utility token within our scope of ecosystem. At the same time, you can find it on the mainstream for public trading over other currencies or over other pairs. So it still has the features, it still maintains the feature of a digital currency. It still maintains the features of the digital currency, or the basic digital currency you have out there, like the Ethereums and the Bitcoin and all of them. It still maintains its feature, just that it has additional feature of, or it serves as a reference currency for our ecosystem. So I hope that properly answers the question.
Okay, I think we got another question here that says, what other cryptocurrencies Texcash can be swapped with?
Okay, so when we appear on, we are hoping by August 1st, we should be listed by August 1st or within August. We don't have a specific date yet, because it all depends on our pre-sales progress. Now, when we are listed, we will peg it to popular coins, and we'll peg it to stable coins, and we'll also peg it to popular coins like the BNB. Now, Texcash is on the Binance Smart Chain, okay? It's a BSC token, that's the BEP 20. So definitely we are going to use the BEP ecosystem currency, which is the BNB. All right, we are going to peg Texcash to the BNB. We are going to peg Texcash to the BUSD. We are going to peg Texcash to USDT, Ethereum, and some other popularly held cryptocurrencies to make it easy to exchange our cryptocurrency for exchange their cryptocurrency for our our token.
Okay, someone has a question here. Um, how Texcash plans to convert to a utility token and help solve real problems. Um, you get the question?
No, I don't understand. Maybe you would have to rephrase the question.
How Texcash plans to convert to utility token and help solve real problems.
Okay, so like as it was being said earlier, Texcash will be a decentralized cryptocurrency that serves as a utility token that serves as a utility token within our ecosystem. Now, before I forget to mention, Texcash would host from time to time where the real life problems, when we generate fees solving problems or generate transactions and fees solving problems, would help boost our pool or boost the price of Texcash to a higher price. In fact, our intelligent financial analyst says that by next year, Texcash will be about $3 to $8 per TXCs by next year, considering the progress at which we are running at. So that's the first. We would also employ. That's the first. Yeah, the first thing that will be done. We would have those fees as to form a larger liquidity base or larger value base. And also from time to time, I forgot adding that we are going to be hosting a coin, or we are going to be doing a coin burning. Okay, we'll be reducing the supply of Texcash till 1 million supply. The current supply of Texcash is 600 million. So we will keep burning down Texcash supply till we have just 1 million total supply on the mainstream. So with that coin burning technique, we should be expecting Texcash will hit around $1,000 per TXs, let's say in the next 5 years to come. So we'll keep reducing the supply until we see a sense of scarcity, thereby creating a hike in price.
Awesome. So is there any other question here before we proceed on the comment section? Okay. Okay. In the absence of further question, I must confess that it's been a okay. So someone said I love the tech. Okay, I thought that was a question. Do you have a plan to build games and apps to enable increase in test cash value? So that was earlier stated, but you could still say something about that.
Okay, about what? The value?
Yeah, I said, do you have a plan to build games and apps to enable increase in text cash value?
Yes, we are. Every use cases mentioned here would be developed by us All right. I think that's the question. If we are creating our own applications, right?
No, you say, do you have plans to build games and apps to enable increase
Games.
in tech to build games and apps to enable increase in text cash value? That's a
Okay, that's
question from Ogunguna Ola.
all right. Games, GAMES.
Yeah, games like mobile games or yeah, that's
Yes, definitely, definitely. Like the car race games, we are going to be having, we are going to be building amazing games. We're going to be action games, hunting games, and the dwelling games, car race games. We are going to be using high three-dimension graphics. It's going to be a high three-dimension. It's not going to be some child's play. It would be a high three-dimension graphics. We'll be launching out a prototype of these games. They are going to be very entertaining games. When I mean entertaining, they'll be really, really entertaining. Yes, so I think I've answered that question.
so. In terms of marketing, how do you intend to promotion? How do you intend to market and promote these projects to the desired goal?
Okay, so we've begun the marketing. We've begun a pre-marketing. I'll call it a junior marketing, where we have successfully gained about 10,000 users. Now we are partnering with set of persons, and this set of persons are influencers. They have a large, a broad reach. We are also going to be partnering with some influencers in Dubai, influencers in Spain, influencers in Indonesia, and the United States. So we'll be meeting with those influencers and we'll come into an agreement. And we would make sure that our project is in the global level. So we'll work basically with influencers and we'll also run our own advertisements online. Now, each of these industries would have its unique marketing strategy, okay, because they are all
I think we lost him. Uh, I think we lost him. Let me reach out to him. Final word. Hope you guys can hear me. I think we lost him. If you can hear me, please indicate. If you can hear me, please indicate in the comment section. Okay. Okay. I guess you all can hear me. So I think he will be back shortly, just a couple of seconds. Might be from his network. Okay, I think he's back. Okay. All right. So
I'm sorry I was lost there.
okay. Yeah.
I think I have my video disconnected.
No. Yeah, the video is disconnected.
Okay, let me put it back on now.
Okay.
I'll be with you guys. I'll be with you very soon, please.
All right.
So am I back?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that, please.
Okay.
All right. So more questions.
You were still on the point of marketing and promotion of the
Okay.
project. So you
All right, thank you. So we intend to partner with the international class because we want to get the product out there. So it's not just going to be a Nigerian thing, okay? So we've been able to acquire some licenses and some business registration outside Nigeria, and I think that got us to acquiring an address in Dubai. So currently we have an address in Dubai, yeah. So, but we are still processing the patenting and processing some other licenses in a global space so that we can properly facilitate and work effectively in partnership with influencers and other methods we are going to be employing to get the product out there. So not just entertaining influencers. We also have not just the usual influencers we know. We have influencers in the crypto space, influencers in the financial market. We have in the gaming industry. We have influencers in several or in industries concerned. Would have influencers handling the marketing, and we are well prepared for that. To take this to that level. So that's the marketing plan, and that's where we have. That's the main point of focus. So I would also not I've not failed to mention other marketing strategies like um, uh, social media advertising, bounty hunting, and all other known forms or prominent forms of marketing that will get our product reached to a large base of customers or users.
okay? So any other question? Okay. Question here is how do we get the $25 for participating in the AMA? Okay. As for that, I think what we'll do is that we'll just I created a Google Doc so we could get participants email address and name. So I'll just share here so that you can register your participation for this event. Okay. So I'll be dropping the link, the Google Doc link now. Okay. So use the link to register your participation. Provide your name and email address. And by the way, if you haven't participated in the airdrop, you can do that now and claim your $25 worth of Texcash. Okay, I'll share a link right now so you could go get yours.
All right, I will
That's the link.
we'll still send the link on the Telegram and other. We'll still send the links to other platforms so that we can also access. Okay, yeah. I'll copy the link and drop it. Okay, no. I think dropping it publicly would not be a good idea. It's just specific to those. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
who participated here. So
Who
that's the link.
participate?
Uh, Someone said done, while some other person said can't be accessed. I'm wondering why you can't access the link. So what's the error message? Let me confirm that. Okay, there's a link in description of this live section. You could use that to claim your airdrop, $25 airdrop. I'll still drop the link
Okay, there's a
there.
link in description of
This live section. You can use that to claim your airdrop, $25. Is anyone still having challenge using the link? Make sure you use the email address you used in signing on Texcash. Okay, make sure you do that. Someone is asking, I need a Texcash wallet. You can recommend one, a Texcash wallet. I need a Texcash wallet. You can
For
recommend
now, we
one.
would use a trust wallet.
Okay.
I
So
think,
make sure you use.
yeah.
Okay. And I think on the Telegram group, there's a message that helps explains that how to use
Your
transfer
trust
Texcash
wallet.
to your trust wallet. So the person who complained not being able to use the link, I think it's the problem is from your end because every other person can access the link. So make sure you do that right away. Okay. I have some responses here already. So far, I've gotten 9 responses. I've gotten some responses here. Okay, so
I've off the video.
Mr. Alex, is there anything you would like to add in addition to what you have said so far?
All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to this AMA. We would surely deliver on whatever we've promised. Every proposal that's made to the public out there would make sure we get the required process done, or the required practices, and we'll make sure our practices are the best and the best only. We'll prove again that Nigeria is full of intelligent uh, citizens, and we are not lazy boys. We are intelligent citizens. So I want you to go there and find some Texcash for yourself. Okay, gather as much TXs for yourself, because it all begins. The journey begins from you acquiring Texcash. If you don't acquire Texcash, you can't partake of these beautiful offers that we are presenting before you. So go ahead now, find a way, purchase as much as you can. If the airdrop is not enough for you, you can purchase easily from the website there. Join the project, and let's ride this project to the moon. And also, I want to thank everyone for coming. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you, Mr. John, for hosting this beautiful AMA. This will be one out of the numerous AMS we'll be hosting going forward. The more progress we keep making, the more AMS we'll be hosting to recite our progresses to you guys, and what will be hoped for moving forward. So thank you so much for coming. I want you to always put your ears on alert. Whatever update comes in our group, or if you're in our groups, whatever update you see, you receive, please make sure you follow them up and be sure that you are fully a member of our confederation. I appreciate you so well. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you, Mr. John, and I appreciate my team so far for the effort, the selfless effort they have put to get this so far to where it is. So thank you. That's what I have to say.
All right, thank you very much also for coming for this section and finding time to explain in detail the beautiful projects and ideas you have for the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry. It's very, very interesting to know that from Nigeria, this kind of idea will be bettered and will be um, introduced to the world. It's really a pleasure having you this evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's my
And
pleasure.
I think this wouldn't be the first and the last, but like we say, will be
Definitely.
for subsequent AMA session too. So we check our track records of how far we have gone. Okay.
Exactly.
So guys, it's really been a very interesting time with Mr. Alex. Mr. Alex is the CEO of Texcash. So it's really been a nice time having him here. So go ahead and fill the form so you get the reward for participation for this event. So go ahead, and also you could go make purchase for this from the website. So by the way, we noticed the CBN ban that has affected payment gateway in Nigeria for enabling cryptocurrency transaction. How do you enable this whole transaction from Nigeria here? So,
Okay, so I think to get it clearly, the question is, how does the Nigerian rejection, the cryptocurrency
yes,
rejection, affect our practices?
yeah,
No, it doesn't
especially
affect.
during the okay.
It doesn't affect us at all. Now we have
I
other.
mean, in terms of using fiat to make payments, in terms of using
Okay, in
fiat
terms of
to make,
using
yeah,
fiat. Okay, in terms of even using fiat, now the crypto world doesn't stop crypto exchanges, but it stops bank from facilitating crypto exchanges. So we always advise users to not include crypto in their narrations when using the fiat to forward an exchange for our Texcash. But we always advise users to use our other crypto payments method on the website. Or
okay,
if you should chart the support, if you chart the support, you have the BNB option. You can pay up with BNB, all right, and it will be processed and you'll be credited with equivalent Texcash. But in case you want it easier, then the wire transfer comes in, but we'll advise that during your narration, you include your reference code rather uh, than the narration cryptocurrency or Bitcoin or Texcash or anything crypto related. So that's how we intend to solve it. And we're looking forward in the future, we'll be able to be a proof of concept to the Nigerian government that the blockchain technology is only an opportunity, but not a threat to the federal government or to the Nigerian as a nation.
okay. Someone's asking, is this the first coin in Africa? I've already know, but this is a great project in Africa too. Uh,
So it is the first coin emanating from Nigeria.
yeah, that's the question. Is this the first coin in Africa?
No, absolutely not. Definitely, there will
Uh,
the
there are other projects.
exactly there are other projects. Now the coin protocol enables or gives you the ability to peg your intended token to a particular niche or a particular product. So a coin itself is not just a project. A coin itself is not a project. It has to be pegged to a particular project. That's be pegged to a project. So whoever has a beautiful project is just like stocks out there. The stock on the public market, the IPO, initial public offering. So there are several stocks out there. So there
Public
is the
offering.
Facebook stock, there is the Google stock, there is Amazon stock. There are so many stocks out there. So the stock features are all familiar, or they share the same features. All the stocks out there, they share the same principle, supply and demand. But each of these companies, paired to those stocks, they have their unique practices, unique business procedures and methodology. So that makes it unique in its own self. But pegged to, so that's the same thing that token offers. Token serves as a stock, right? As a stock ledger, right? Or a stock protocol. It looks like a stock protocol for our project. So where you should be researching more on is the project backed up fundamentally to the coin itself, not just looking at the coin and wanting to get any coin out there. Make sure you scrutinize the underlying projects.
I think that's clear. So, Mr. Gilbert, can you hear me? I want him live on this session. All right, before we end this session, I'd like to bring Mr. Gilbert live. to the session. Okay. Thanks. Okay. 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 So once again, thank you very much for having time to come around.
Thank
So
you.
it's been about an hour, 30 minutes since we started this session. So I guess we have done justice to the time spent for this AMA. So we would be calling it a day. So once again, I'd like to thank everyone who has find time to join us. Um, I did mention a couple of persons' name at the introduction. I hope time will permit me to thank every person individually for this session. Um, but very special, I'd like to thank uh, for the persons who helped, who assisted in making this a success. My team, Joseph Isaac, Lively. I want to thank you guys for the efforts and everything you did for this session. I want to thank everybody. Praise Favor, Christian Abam, Abba Patrick, Alex Iwara, Samuel Iwara, um, Henry Bisong, Joseph, Samuel Ojo, Mr. Gilbert, Ofem Osim, Ubi Okoy, Maura Bear, Rita. Okay, I want to thank you all for joining this evening, and we hope to catch up some other time for another interesting session like this. So, guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. So, I'll be ending this session. So, I hope to see you guys some other time.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye. By the way, I hope everyone has engaged on the link I shared, the participation link. Make sure you do that right away because after this, I'll be closing access for registration. So, make sure you engage on that. I'm dropping the link again. There's a link in description you could use to participate in the ongoing airdrop and claim $25 worth of Texcash. Make sure you use the link in description and sign up and get your $25 worth of Texcash. Okay. Meanwhile, I just dropped the link again for participation. What's the challenge, Anora? Sorry, Amora. Uh, Reach out to me on WhatsApp on my. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure you do that right away for more updates on this YouTube channel. Make sure you do that before leaving. Okay, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so thank you guys for coming through for this session. It's been a wonderful time with you guys that made it possible. Okay, so catch up with you guys some other time.